I think it's working. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hello. I love your
Hi.
top.
Thanks. It's like cheetah-esque and also not.
Yes.
Hi. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
How do you
I'm
feel
so
today?
excited. I'm feeling good. Other
Good.
than the weather over here in North Carolina, being back in the winter again, when we got a little taste of like spring last week and it was so nice. But now it's cold.
Oh, man.
But
Yeah.
other than that, I'm amazing.
Good. And we are a little bit early today, but that's okay because we knew that we were going to be. I'm just looking for a question that we had also. If we have time to answer, there was a question that was submitted. I'm going to see if I can find it. Da, da, da. If not, that's okay. Um, Come on. Okay. All right. I figured it out. It took me a minute, but I figured it out. So we're here.
Love it. I am so excited for this. Um, so it looks like this will be our episode one, you guys, for just the Tip Tuesday, Regulate and Rise. I thought that was a really
Very
good,
much. I love that.
good name for us. And then today, kind of thought we could just dive into talking about like when everything is feeling like too much. I don't know if anyone is feeling that way through this beautiful Mercury retrograde, but we can totally dive into when things are just feeling too much. Like when we're in that overwhelm, when we're in if you're an entrepreneur and you're feeling that stress from having the business, or if you've got some personal chaos going on. We really just wanted to share some tips with you guys today of really how breath work and movement has helped us overcome these things. I thought we maybe could share like a little personal story that we both have, and how our beautiful magic got us through it.
I love that. And I also love the regulate and rise because that's what we do. And because I know that nervous system healing and regulation gets thrown around a lot lately. It's a buzzword and a lot of people don't know what it means or what it can do or how it can help. And I know it's just like, it can feel like a whole lot of noise. So to be able to come here and be with you and break it down and be like, here's how it can actually help, because the part that we miss is the body. We work on mindset and we work on visions and we work on tapping in, but we forget about the body. I know I had for 40 some odd years. And so the body tucks away the stories and it holds them. And with the dance and with the breath work, we get to go in. We get to go in and find those. And then we also get to move them with dance, with shifting. You know that like when you move your body, you just feel better. It's like a whole new energy of just shaking it off. So I love that we're here doing this. Finding our notes. Okay. Make sure we don't forget anything. Okay.
I love it. I'm looking for. I'd kind of. I'd made a post, like a reel earlier, um, just talking about like my dark night of the soul and just being able to come back home to myself, and how, like, as you know, in 2019 I lost control a little bit, made some choices that I had to face, which ultimately landed me in jail, being charged with 3 felonies, breaking my leg in the accident, and just having to, like, universe sits you down. Universe will sit you down when, we just want to go, go, go. Or if you're like me, I'm like, I'm a runner. I'm a track star. Like I'm not the problem. You are the problem. I'm just going to get up and
Sure.
leave. How dare you say that to me? When universe was
Mhm.
like, no, sit down, be humble. Broke my leg, took away my freedom. And I really had to sit and was forced to like really sit down, heal. I could not walk. And I really had to look in the mirror and look at all these things. And I didn't even, like, I wasn't introduced to breath work until I think like really 2022. I think really like diving into it that way. So I just had to, I think I really started with like my movement and looking at self first. I'm so thankful that I found breath work. I really wish I had it in, like, had found that modality in 2019 when I was going through all of this with all of the things. Like when your nervous system is used to living in chaos, like you were just talking about, like your body holds it. We hold all the shame, we hold the rage, the trauma. We go into that survival mode, and it's just so beautiful to be able to have the breath work, to be able to have the dance, the mirror work, the power moves to help regulate and be able to find like that discipline and to choose a different version of us. I think it's just so magical.
Yeah, I think that's huge. I think you're right. And I noticed I had to take a note so I didn't let my ADHD get me distracted. But I just recently, so we're always kind of working on the mindset and we're always kind of working on the body. And you and I are always putting in the work, the breath, the movement, the things. And I just want to remind people that it might feel like, is it ever going to get any better? And it does, but we have to keep putting in that work and we have to keep choosing it. And I very recently realized that I had gone back to that same victim mindset. I had gone back to the, why is it so easy for Sally Sue to just post and make $1 million? Why is it so easy for their lives to be so cool? I realized, I think I told you this, I was called out and I was like, oh, right. I have to take a look in the mirror and see where I'm living in victim mentality. And so we're always kind of coming back to ourselves. And I know you're good about that with the mirror work and the shadow work. Okay, where can I reflect this back to myself and what can I do? And I know one of the cool things that Whitney and I do together is when we do a breathwork together, she will co-create the playlist with me. And then we've actually created like moving breathwork. So we're actually, because I like to stand when I do mine and move the energy. And so we've actually, for her people, led like an actual physical, like get up in this phase. We are moving, we are shaking, we are shifting because
I
something
love how you
about
move. I love how
moving
you
that out.
have that movement, Brandy. I hate to cut you off, but like
No,
breath
you're
work
good.
with you is the first breath work I've ever been in where you were like, gave me permission to move while breathing. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, because all the other ones I've laid down. All the other ones I'd always laid down and everything and have the little eye mask and stuff. And then breath work with you is the first where you were like, you get to move if you want to. And I'm like, oh, well, yeah, let's move. And I
Game
love
changer.
it. Of course.
Well, and sometimes it's such a good point. Sometimes we feel like we need, not that we need, but we kind of feel like we need permission because we don't know and we feel like there's a rules and we got to throw a rule book and we got to follow it. So Whitney and I have thrown out the rule book. We are like, no, do what feels good. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. I mean, some things are going to be stretching those muscles. Yeah, the mindset work's not going to feel so good each time you do it. When I go into breathe, sometimes it's like this, there's resistance and it doesn't feel good because I know we talked on this a little bit last week, but this chaos, this hell that we're in, this is so safe, quote unquote safe, because it's known, because it's what the body knows. So even when it's uncomfortable, even when Whitney was getting those felonies, I have a felony on my own record. Even when we were doing those things and we felt miserable, when I was drinking, when I was staying up all night, taking shots and then hungover, it was like, how can this feel safe when I'm exhausted, when I'm barfing, when I'm hungover? But it's like, this is what's known. So your body will always choose that. It's the devil we know, right? Your body will always choose what's known because the unknown feels completely unsafe.
Yes. And I love you've got an event coming up.
I do, yeah.
Oh my gosh, you've got one later today and then don't you have one on the 5th as well?
Like, I was like, do I have one?
Is it on the 5th
I
or is it on
no, there's one on the 5th, but my brain just went, I have one today too. Woo, let me.
there
I
right there
do.
is a
There,
beautiful I
there is
think you could tell the
a
people
blood
about that.
moon. Yeah, the blood, there's a releasing with the blood moon energy. There is one. Come into any one of my groups to get the link. We don't put that out in the world because you never know. You know what I mean? Like one time, the gal that I do it with, Terry, she had somebody show up sans pants and look, I don't care if you don't show up in your pants, but I don't want to see it. You know, so like that, just come into any group or message me and tell me that you want the link and I'll give it to you. That's at 1:30 Pacific time. But on the 5th, on Thursday, we are breathing on main character energy. And this is like my heart's work right now because it's very inspired by The Greatest Showman, P.T. Barnum, right? Like failed and his stuff was burned down and everyone judged him and doubted him. And they were like, what are you doing with the freaks, right? But he showed that like the freaky you are, the better, the cooler, like let your little freak flag fly, right? Like, and so I just love it. And so this one is very much like stepping into that main character energy. It is an event at 11 a.m. Pacific time on Thursday, the 5th. There is zero cost. There is an exchange of your energy, your time. You are expected to come in and pay attention, come in and be ready to work and do the stuff because we're going to move through some things. But that link is all over my socials also. And I'm happy to send that if you reach out. Tell us what's going on with you, Whitney.
Yay! Oh my goodness. I'm doing a lot of stuff in person, you guys. So if
Oh, I love
anyone
that.
is watching here and you are local to Greensboro, North Carolina or Burlington, North Carolina, I have oh my goodness. I have started back my Mirror Work Power Move in-person classes at Collective Movement Studio in Burlington. They are my baby. So if anyone's interested in any of that, I have the little thing up in my profile, and you can go click it and check it out and get in there. I also offer private one-on-one mirror work power move sessions. If anyone's interested in that, you can DM me, or again, go up in my profile and click on the little thing and you can learn about all of the things. Also, I am performing this weekend on the 7th at Twist Lounge in Greensboro. I am debuting a new act. It will be with my LED pixel fans and more flow art for this. And I'm really, really excited. That theme for that show is going to be Under the Sea Showcase. So it's going to be so fun. I get
Oh,
to
I love that.
move and it's just, movement is medicine for me. Like when I am on stage and I'm able to exude like all this energy, I just feel like I heal everybody that's there. Everyone just feels it and they're like, oh, this is just
I love
a
that.
hug, a big
I
hug.
love that so much. It says flash goal and it flashed and it threw me off. Sorry. So that was weird. Okay. But I love that. And I love that you get to, when you're dancing and moving, you are literally sending the energy out into the world and healing the people. So I can see how that would be healing to you and also the people that are receiving it. Cause that's such a really good point. Like you do all of that. So that's really cool. I love that. Thank you for sharing. Anyone that's in Greensboro, North Kakalaki, go check out Whitney in person because the energy that Whitney does here, as she is the world's biggest hype woman, the energy that she does live is even more intense and more cool. And so, of course, if anyone is in the Reno, Fernley, Fallon, Nevada area, that's where I am, and we do local events as well. So,
Oh, you've been having some beautiful. I wish I lived closer.
oh my gosh,
I'm
the sound and
loving all
breath
your
work.
in person. Oh my
We've been
goodness,
doing
I see
sound
it
and
and I'm
breath
like,
work, and
yes.
it's been insane. And in April, I have two different events coming up with two different people, and I haven't been able to announce the first one yet because it's with. I'm just waiting on the confirmation, but it's like up there.
Yes, of course it
I
is.
mean, they
Because
all
when
are, but
you take
it was a
big
really
stages.
yeah, it was a really big accomplishment. It was a really good feeling to be invited to do that one, so that was cool. I mean, both of them, but still, yeah,
Yay. I'm so excited. I'm excited that we got together. We were able to get together today and talk just
yeah,
a little bit about what we're both doing and then also share because what we're talking about right now, Brandy's two beautiful events that are happening both this week. They are free 99
yeah.
and you can jump in and experience it. Like we will next week or the following week, we'll give some little demos of some movement and some breath work that you can do with us, but go experience the whole damn thing. Go
Absolutely. And
experience the whole thing.
if you have questions about the breath work, if you have questions about the movement, if you have questions about where to find us, like please send us a message or comment once these videos are posted because we are happy to share and answer. And we've got a few questions submitted that we'll get to next week because me and technology, but we'll get those answered. And so we love to answer questions.
Yeah, any questions that you guys have. If you're catching us live, you can drop them here, but catching the replay, drop them in the comments. Our DMs are open for any questions that you have. We will answer them live. And ultimate goal, I love we were able to come here and talk about like the name of the episode is when everything feels like it's too much. It's normal. It's normal to feel some overwhelm or to feel some stress in business or personal chaos. It's how we regulate. That's what matters. And it's having those tools to be able to regulate. And that's ultimately why we're showing up live every Tuesday and why we've started this series so we can share our magic and our tools that have helped us regulate and be able to rise to where we are now. Like I'm about to go to Canada and be an international speaker and host and international performer. I'm taking big stages and the same with you, Brandy. Like I can't wait for you to announce, your in-person events coming up. And I know Brandy from 5 years ago is like, holy fucking shit.
It's,
The
yeah.
caliber of experiences and events and clients that you are holding right now would never have been possible 5 years ago.
Oh,
And the
wow.
same for me. I wouldn't have took a damn stage. I'd have been like, who, me? Maybe.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, absolutely. I love it. I love being able to do this with you. That's such a good point. It is normal to be overwhelmed. It is normal. We all get to a space where even in business, it's like, oh crap, am I supposed to feel this way? Will it ever end? And we get to feel into that. We get to actually tap into that, feel that, sit with it, and also know that we get to hold the excitement and the anger or the sadness at the same time, and we get to keep doing it. There is nothing wrong with you for feeling like it's not easy.
Yes. And I hope if you don't take anything else away from our series that you're watching right now, is that there there's tools to help. There are fun. Breathwork to me is fun. The mirror work and the power move has now become fun to me. I love that I can just you can do it anywhere. You
You
don't need
can
a
do it anywhere.
machine.
Hmm.
You don't need a machine or anything. Literally 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and you can regulate and you can tap right the fuck in. And of course, our next couple of episodes will be able to show you some demos of a 3 minute, a 5 minute movement or a breathing technique that we can use that'll just help you regulate
Yeah,
when you're standing in the kitchen or while you're in the car. I do a lot of breath work and regulation while I'm in the car when I'm, prepping for my shows, driving to my shows, even before I go on stage. I'm breathing. I am tapping. I'm doing little movements to get my heart rate, regulated because there's a lot of
I love
excitement
that.
and nerves that
I
come.
do every morning. I do a short and shifty breath work in the car, and I don't close my eyes and go all meditative and tap in, but I do breathe through the prompts and I call in my visualizations and I call it in as I drive because sometimes, sometimes we need to take that time and we need to make it happen. Sometimes we have got to drop kids off and we got to feed them and we got to go to work. Some people are going to work 9 to 5s, plus they're running their business, plus they've got spouses, they're doing all the things. We have to make the time. Otherwise, it's not just going to magically fall into our lap. So we have to be responsible for making that time. Just tap in 3 minutes, in 5 minutes as you're driving down the road and do what you can. Yeah.
And
I
that
love
is
that.
because we
Yeah.
can it's taking those actionable steps. And I think some people, when they think about taking actionable steps, they're thinking about locking in for 20 to 45 minutes and having
Yeah.
to commit that, like, no, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. That's taking that action step to move you forward and to start the whole nervous regulation.
Yeah.
Uh,
Again, just like reminder, throw out the rule book. It doesn't have to be an hour and a half of meditation. It gets to be 5 minutes of jumping up and down, of screaming, of breathing, of whatever it is that brings you back to the space of neutrality. Yeah,
Yay, we get to make it work for us and our lifestyle.
absolutely. I love it. Thank you for doing this with me. I know you have a thing to get to, so I thank you. I thank you. And I will see you again next Tuesday.
Yay. And so next Tuesday, you guys, we're going to focus on self-sabotage and old patterns. So we're going to talk about, we'll share some experiences of, when we've noticed those, talk a little bit more about nervous system response and, just how to interpret it and catch it before we spiral.
Yeah.
Um, so yay. I'm excited, Brandy. I
Me
hope
too.
you have,
I love this.
I do too.
I
Yes, we
love this.
figured
I
it
thank you
out.
for doing this with me. This is fun. I love this. Even if it's
Yes.
just me and you forever.
Yes.
Nobody comes, but that's okay.
We build it, they will come. And I
No, I
love being
know.
able to repurpose this too. We're like,
Yeah.
yes, take it,
No, I love it.
repurpose,
Yeah.
and we just reach as many people as we can because we
Amazing.
know breath work works. We know movement and dance and mirror work and power moves, getting in the mirror,
Hmm.
chanting those mantras. We know it works. We are living proof. And so that's why we're going to continue to show up and I'm going to preach the gospel of our breathing and
I
our
love it.
twerking and our dance, and it will reach who it freaking needs to. Even if we reach one person,
And that's what it's about.
it's
Yep. Even if
okay.
we reach one person that we can help. Yeah. I love
Yes.
it. Thank you for doing this with me.
Yay. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. I'll see you next week. We'll be on yours next week. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Swap it back and forth. Okay.
Yeah.
Next week on Whitney's.
All right.
Bye.